some countries, men aren't just falling behind, they're quietly disappearing from entire industries. What if I told you, in some parts of the world, men are slowly disappearing? Not overnight, not dramatically, but quietly, statistically, and in ways most people don't even notice. In 2026, new data is revealing a strange and powerful trend. Entire regions where women are beginning to outnumber men by a lot. And this shift isn't just about numbers. It's changing dating, marriage, work, and even the future of society itself. So the question is, where are the men going, and what happens when they're gone? For most of human history, populations have stayed relatively balanced between men and women. There were always small differences, but nothing extreme enough to reshape society. But today, that balance is shifting, and it's happening faster than ever. In some countries, men are becoming a minority in key age groups. In others, they are disappearing from education, workplaces, and even social life. And this isn't just one cause, it's a combination of trends happening at the same time. Health, education, economics, and lifestyle choices are all playing a role. Let's break down where this is happening, why it's happening, and what it means for the future. What does men disappearing actually mean? First, let's be clear. Men are not literally vanishing. This is about population ratios and participation. In many places, fewer men are completing higher education, entering certain careers, participating actively in society. At the same time, women are rising rapidly in all of these areas. So when we say men are disappearing, we mean they are becoming less visible and less dominant in key parts of society. Europe. Women are outnumbering men in cities across parts of Europe, especially in urban areas. Women now significantly outnumber men. Countries like Germany, Latvia, and Lithuania are seeing this shift clearly. In some cities, there are up to 10 to 20% more women than men in certain age groups. Why is this happening? One major reason is life expectancy. Women tend to live longer than men. Another factor is migration. Many men move for labor jobs, leaving behind a higher concentration of women in cities. This imbalance is already affecting dating and marriage patterns across Europe. United States. Men falling behind in education. In the United States, the shift is happening in a different way. Women are now significantly ahead in higher education. They make up the majority of college graduates and are entering professional fields in larger numbers. Meanwhile, fewer men are enrolling in or completing university degrees. This creates a gap, not just in numbers, but in opportunities. As education levels influence income and lifestyle, it also affects who people choose to date and marry. But here's the part most people misunderstand. This isn't really about equality anymore. It's about incentives. And right now, the system is quietly rewarding one group more than the other. East Asia, a complex contradiction. In countries like Japan and South Korea, the situation is more complex. On paper, gender ratios may seem balanced, but socially, many men are stepping away from traditional roles. There is a rise in men who are choosing not to marry, not to date, and sometimes even withdraw from social life. At the same time, women are becoming more independent, career-focused, and selective. This creates a situation where, even if the numbers are equal, the participation is not. It feels like men are disappearing from the relationship market. Russia, the impact of life expectancy. In Russia, one of the biggest reasons for gender imbalance is health. Men have a significantly lower life expectancy compared to women. This leads to a large gap in older age groups, where women far outnumber men. The causes include lifestyle factors, healthcare differences, and historical trends. This imbalance has long-term effects on families, communities, and population growth. Between urban versus rural, a hidden divide. Another surprising trend is the difference between cities and rural areas. In many countries, women are moving to cities for education and careers. Men, on the other hand, are more likely to stay in rural areas or work in manual labor sectors. This creates two completely different worlds. Cities with more women, rural areas with more men, and this geographic divide makes it harder for people to find partners. The role of technology in digital life. Technology is also playing a role in this shift. Online work, gaming, and digital lifestyles have changed how people spend their time. Some men are becoming more isolated, spending less time in social environments where relationships form. Meanwhile, women are increasingly active in both digital and professional spaces. This difference in behavior is widening the gap even further. Mental health and social pressure. Another factor that often goes unnoticed is mental health. Men in many societies face pressure to succeed financially and socially. When they struggle to meet these expectations, some withdraw completely. This withdrawal can lead to lower participation in relationships, careers, and social life. Over time, it contributes to the perception that men are disappearing. What this means for dating and marriage. So what happens when women outnumber men, or when men step back from society? Dating dynamics change dramatically. In places with fewer men, women may have fewer options for long-term partners. In places where men have more options, commitment may decrease. Yes, this leads to delayed marriages, lower marriage rates, changing relationship expectations. The traditional idea of relationships is evolving. The future, a shift in power and expectations. Looking ahead, these trends could reshape society in major ways. Women may continue to dominate education, careers, and leadership roles. Men may need to adapt to new expectations and redefine their roles. Relationships may become more equal, but also more complex. And marriage, as we know it, may no longer be the default path for everyone. So here's the real question. If these patterns continue, which countries are next? Will this remain concentrated in specific regions or become the new global norm? And how will societies adapt if the balance keeps shifting? Because the biggest changes aren't always the loudest ones. Sometimes they're the ones happening quietly, in plain sight. So when we ask, where are the men disappearing? The answer isn't simple. They're not vanishing, but they are falling behind, stepping back, or shifting roles in ways that are changing society. And as these trends continue, the balance between men and women will shape everything, from dating to the global economy. The real question is, are we prepared for a future where the roles we've always known no longer exist? If you found this video eye-opening, make sure to like, subscribe, and tell me in the comments. Do you think this trend is temporary or the future of society?